If you're going to be filming your podcast while you're traveling, you probably don't want to be lugging around bulky microphones and stands like this. And let's say that you are not recording in a live studio wherever you're going, where everything's set up for you already. You're going to need to come up with a solution that is pretty hassle-free. And so the DJI mic is something that I really love. And a lot of my clients enjoy this, especially the newer version that came out, because it does a better job of canceling out background noise. But there are a couple things I want you to keep in mind before you begin to use this, which can help make your experience better, because these are some errors that some of my clients have also made over the years, and so I'm going to save you from them. Number one is make sure to turn on the record button. Okay, so this is green by default, but it doesn't just mean that it's on and recording. When you press the record button, you're going to see the red light turn on. This is important because you obviously want to make sure with two speakers, both of those red lights are on. Know that where this is being recorded into is directly into each of these devices. So this track for the speaker will be recorded here. This track will be recorded here. You have 14 hours of recording time on each of these, which is pretty cool. Now, the next thing I want to leave you with is to make sure to change this from mono to stereo. Okay, if you don't do this, it's going to be a nightmare in post-production. You're not going to have fun with it. It's going to take a really long time to edit. And so to avoid that altogether, what you're going to do is swipe down. When you swipe down, you will see mono probably as one of the first things. Tap that, and then you're essentially going to tap mono twice. So if you do that, that stereo option is going to come up, and then you can swipe up to kind of go back to the main screen. And so now we've got a pretty nice setup where when we are recording, each of these speakers will be on separate tracks, and they're not going to be overlapping on top of each other, so you can customize and edit a little bit better in post-production. Now, of course, keep in mind that anything that is wireless is not going to be as high quality as something with a wired connection. It's not going to be exactly the same, but this is the next best thing. It's very hard to tell the difference if you are recording in a relatively quiet environment. You've probably seen this microphone being used in those street interviews, like in the middle of New York City. So it does a pretty good job for the most part. And if that works for you and your setup and passes your bar for production quality, then I think this could be a solid choice for microphones on the go.